welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello, everyone. I am Mike.
And I am Sydney. And today we are going to be continuing on with part C, day 3 of the art of doing housework. So the first day, I think we talked about 2 characters who wanted to essentially swap their chores and swap the kind of housework that they were doing. In day 2, we had, who was it, Florence and Jefferson. And Jefferson was helping Florence set up her robot vacuum with the app and cleaning schedules. And today, we are going to follow 2 new characters with their dialogue and talking about hiring help, hiring people to do housework for us, which to me sounds like a dream.
It sounds fancy.
It sounds
like
fantastic.
If you have a maid, if you have a cleaning lady. Yes. Because of course we had robot helpers yesterday, but what about a human helper? Robot helpers often just do one job, like clean the floor. A human helper could clean the floor and wash the dishes and do the laundry and dust and do all sorts of stuff. But of course, this is a person that you are hiring to come to your home to work. It will be more expensive than a little robot that you just plug in. And of course, there are many other things to think about. Have you ever in your life, when you were young, when you lived with your parents, did you ever have a cleaning lady?
No, we never had a cleaning lady.
Okay.
No, listen, any sort of laundry, bathroom, dishes, taking out the trash was all on either me or my parents.
I see. Oh, so you were the cleaning lady and your brother was the cleaning boy and that kind of thing. And that's pretty normal, right? A lot of families, they'll get the kids to help out. Mom will do some stuff. Hopefully dad will do some stuff too. But if you have a big home, if everyone's really busy, or maybe you just have a bit of extra money because you're lucky to have a good job or something, you might hire a cleaning lady. We did it in my home. I was a teenager. My sister was away. My mom was back at school studying. My dad traveled a lot. We had a cleaning lady, but it didn't work out well for me because I used to have a little piece of paper signed by one of my favorite rock stars. I stuck it on the wall. It fell off. The cleaning lady found it and it looked like a piece of paper with just a little bit of writing. She threw it away. And so she was a lovely cleaning lady and she did a great job and it's not her fault. But I was like, cleaning lady! Because I never found it ever again. I mean, it's probably not worth anything, but it was a nice memory and the cleaning lady threw it away. And in some ways that's one of the problems, right? Having a strange person come into your home. Some people just feel that's a little strange. Paying someone to do things I should do. I mean, I can clean my house. So, it's really up to you. But yeah, if you're busy, if you have the extra money, maybe it's a good thing to do. You decide, and we're going to help you decide by finding out some of the things to think about in the art of doing homework or housework, or the art of having someone else do your housework. Yes. Frank hired Daphne to do his housework.
Here, I made a list of the housework.
They're pretty standard. However, I never had to do someone else's grocery shopping before.
There's always a first time. Also, you'll have to put the groceries away.
I expected as much. What should I know about feeding your dogs?
They're both still growing, so each gets a can of food.
Okay, the art of doing housework, part C. What's going on today in our dialogue, Sydney?
All right, so we have 2 characters here, Frank and Daphne.
Okay.
So it looks like here, Frank hired Daphne to do his housework. Okay. Now, what do we mean when we say that someone hires someone to do something else? So if someone is hiring you, it means that they are selecting you, they're choosing you and paying you to do a job for them, right? So you can think about it like if you've gone on some job interviews and you're trying to get a job, maybe, the boss of the company really likes you, they offer you a job, you get hired. So you get hired and paid and brought on to do a job. In this case, Frank is hiring Daphne and bringing her into his home to pay her to clean for him.
Okay, so it can be like a long-time job, or it could be just a short thing, like you might hire someone to make food at a big wedding that you're having, or you hire a band to play music for a party. It's just for a short time. But yeah, he's paying someone to do some work for him. So we begin with Frank, and he's kind of talking to Daphne. This is probably the first time she's come to the home, and he's kind of explaining what he would like her to do. And he made it easy by saying, here, I made a list of the housework. So he's gotten a piece of paper, he's written down all the things that he wants done. Please vacuum the floor, clean the bathroom, do the dishes, that kind of thing. And so she knows that, if I do all those things, my job is done. And my boss, Mr. Frank, this guy, will be happy. So that makes it nice and clear.
Yeah, all right. And Daphne replies, they're pretty standard. However, I never had to do someone else's grocery shopping before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess one of the things that was on Frank's list for Daphne to complete was grocery shopping. And she's saying, okay, everything else on here, maybe cleaning the bathroom, doing laundry, taking care of the kitchen, cleaning, maybe that's standard, but grocery shopping is, I guess, not really standard or kind of out of the ordinary for her.
We often call this person a cleaning lady, not a grocery shopping lady or something like that. So yeah, it's not quite one of the standard things, as Sydney said. When we say a standard thing, it's normal, it's usual, it's common, it's what you expect, right? So when you go to a busy place on the weekend, it's pretty standard for there to be lots of people or a big line you got to wait in. That's kind of normal. It's usual. It's common. It's what you expect. So she would expect to see, vacuum, clean, dust, maybe fold the laundry, but go out and buy your food at the supermarket? That's a little unusual for, of course, a cleaning lady. I would also think that she would need a list every week of what to buy.
Of weekly groceries,
right?
I guess.
It wouldn't always be the same. So let's find out what Frank thinks about that after we go over to Tina, who's here to tell us all sorts of wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Hello, I'm Tina. 今天的对话是 Frank 雇用 Daphne 来做家事。Frank 列了一张家事清单哦，上面都是一般的家事。不过 Daphne 以前没帮别人采买过食品杂货。我们来看看单字 hire 动词雇用。We need to hire more people for the busy season. 我们需要为旺季雇用更多人。Standard 形容词常规的、标准的。Mike followed standard steps to fix the bike. Mike 按照标准步骤修脚踏车。文法的部分提到了 make a list 列清单 list 是清单。举例来说 Mom made a list of groceries before shopping. 妈妈在购物前列了一份食品杂货清单。Grocery 指的就是食品杂货。接着我们回到对话当中。
Okay, we are back with Frank, the boss, and Daphne, the new cleaning person that he has hired. And he gave her a list, right? A list of things that he would like her to do. And of course, he's going to pay her for this job. But along with the normal things, there was also grocery shopping. So, he wants her to clean the house and vacuum the floor, and that's all normal. But go out and buy me food at the supermarket, do my grocery shopping. And Daphne kind of said, huh?
She's like, I've never actually done grocery shopping before for someone else. That'll be a first for her.
It's kind of a new thing. I mean, a lot of people like to do their own grocery shopping, right? I want to make sure that the tomatoes are fresh and the apples look nice and all that stuff. But anyways, Frank, I guess maybe he's like a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman. He travels a lot. He's super busy, gets home late or whatever. So he's kind of saying, well, I'm sorry, but this is kind of standard or normal if you're working for me. He says there's always a first time. And this is kind of when you say, I've never done that before. Really? That I didn't expect. Well, there's always a first time. Now you're going to, or now at least I would like you to. She, of course, can always say, no, I don't want the job. But he adds to that, along with the grocery shopping, also, you'll have to put the groceries away, which is normal. Again, when we go to the store, we buy food, you bring it home, and you don't just leave it out there. You put the tomatoes in the fridge, you put the cans in the cupboard, you put things away. You put them where they should be, so your kitchen is organized.
All right, and Daphne says, I expected as much,
okay.
Meaning she expected, obviously, if she's going to be doing the grocery shopping, she expected that she would also have to put the groceries away,
sure.
like you said.
Yeah.
And then she says, what should I know about feeding your dogs? Okay, so Frank has given Daphne a list of things, including grocery shopping, and now it looks like she also has to feed his dogs.
That's not really a cleaning lady job, but okay.
So Daphne has a lot on her plate. She's got a lot to do for Mr.
He
Frank.
hasn't even introduced her to his 7 children.
Oh, imagine.
That she has to teach math to.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? And what if the dogs aren't friendly? What if they bite? Are they big dogs? Are they small dogs? Are they cute little
like
lap dogs? Yeah. What if she's more of a cat person?
Mm-hmm,
oh my gosh, okay.
So she wants to know, though, she's being good about this. She's being professional, okay? Even this is a strange job. What do you want me to do? What should I know? Is there any, important things or information that I should know? And he says they're both still growing, so each gets a can of food. So these are smaller dogs, maybe puppies or whatever. They're both still growing, so they eat a lot more. So each one gets a can of food, maybe once a day. That's pretty normal. I mean, if you're going to feed someone's animals, you want to know what do they eat, how much, and when. Standard questions. So there you go. I'm not sure it's standard to have your cleaning person feed your dogs, but if you're gonna feed the dogs, you should know how much and how often. Let's go over to Tina. We feed her 3 times a day.
Really? Yeah. How generous.
Yeah, caviar and all sorts of fancy
lovely food. Fancy.
Yeah.
Frank 需要 Daphne 把采买的东西收好，这就跟 Daphne 预期的一样。而在喂狗方面，因为 Frank 的2只狗狗都还在成长，所以需要各喂1罐狗食。那刚刚提到了文法 I expected as much， 跟我预料的一样，固定用过去式哦。Expect 指的是预料、料想，比如说 The train is delayed again， 火车又延误了。I expected as much the weather is bad， 跟我预料的一样，天气很糟。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, thank you so much, Tina. So we are going to continue on to see what happens with Frank and Daphne. So we are going to go over to the second part of the dialogue, and we'll be right back.
Cool.
Do I need to walk the dogs as well?
Yes, but be careful. They're very energetic and will pull you down the sidewalk.
Don't worry, I'm not a beginner.
All right, we are back and we are going to continue along with our dialogue between Frank and Daphne to see what else it is that Frank wants her to do. Before, we had mentioned that Frank wants Daphne to feed the dogs, and then he tells her, oh, they're growing, they're small, so they need about 1 can a day each.
That's right.
Then Daphne says, okay, do I need to walk the dogs as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you want me to feed them and give them 1 can each? That's cool. But do I also need to take them out for their daily walks too?
Well, they are dogs, right?
Dogs.
And often after they eat, they might have to go outside at least to go to the bathroom. And of course, for exercise. This is standard and normal for people who have dogs. So Frank says, yes, you do need to walk the dogs as well. But be careful, he says. This is a little bit of a warning. They're very energetic and will pull you down the sidewalk. Oh,
All right.
Okay, so these are quite strong dogs. If they're energetic, they're full of energy. They always want to run and play and chase things. And I guess maybe if Daphne is not a big person, the dogs are not small. These are not little cute little chihuahuas or something. These are quite large dogs. And so they could pull her down the sidewalk. And yeah, if Daphne is a smaller person, that could be dangerous. I mean, she can get pulled over and fall down.
Yeah.
Depending on how energetic these dogs are that day.
Right, and there are two of them.
And there's two of them.
Maybe just one, but two energetic dogs?
I'm feeling a little scared for Daphne.
I'm worried for Daphne.
Yes.
All right, Daphne, blink twice if you need help.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Now, Frank says, but be careful because the dogs are energetic, right? So if a dog, if an animal, even if a person is energetic, it means they have a lot of energy. And with dogs, it means maybe they like to run really fast. Maybe they like to sniff everything that they see. Maybe they don't like to follow direction and they want to pull you this way and pull you that way. Maybe they like to jump on you or other people. Maybe they like to bark a lot. Energy, they're very energetic. They have a lot of energy. They're full of life. There's a lot going on with them. They're not calm, right? Energetic is essentially the opposite of if you're calm, it's like, oh, very calm, very mellow, very quiet. Energetic is essentially the complete opposite.
Exactly. After a good night's sleep, you might be very energetic in the morning, but then later at night, you might be tired or exhausted, where your energy is all gone. But yes, energetic dogs pulling someone down the sidewalk, that could cause accidents in all sorts of ways because the sidewalk is that part of the road that is not the road where the cars drive. The sidewalk will be on the sides, the left and the right of the road. It's where the people walk on the side of the road.
Right.
So that's why we call it a sidewalk. Yes, and it's generally a place that's only for people. Some places they might have bicycles allowed on the sidewalk. In Taiwan, often the sidewalk becomes a restaurant or a store, or people park their motorcycles on the sidewalk. But in most places, it's for people and only people and dogs and other things. Of course, just to keep people safe, and often it's a little bit higher than the road, right? So the rain or mud doesn't go onto the people as they walk next to the road. No, they should be safe up there on the sidewalk. All right, let's go over to Tina, and then we'll be back to find out how much Daphne does not want this job.
Daphne 接着问需要遛狗吗 ？Frank 说要，不过要小心，它们非常有活力，会沿着人行道拉着你跑。我们来看看 energetic 就是形容词，有活力的。The girl is energetic and loves to dance all day. 那个女孩充满活力，喜欢跳舞一整天。Sidewalk 名词，人行道。People walk on the sidewalk to stay safe from cars. 人们走在人行道上，以远离车辆，保持安全。文法的部分刚刚提到了 A pulls B down。A 沿着什么拉 B 往前 ，pull 表示拉拖，而 down 在这里表示沿着。举例来说 ，Dad pulled the cart down the hill slowly。爸爸慢慢沿着山坡拉着手推车往下走。Cart 指的就是推车。接着我们回到对话当中。
All right, so Frank is explaining the job that he wants Daphne to do along with all the cleaning and the grocery shopping. She's also going to be taking care of the dogs, walking them down the sidewalk. And don't worry, but be careful, I should say, they're energetic dogs. So I think there's a lot of things here that Daphne, as a cleaning person, might say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to buy your food. I'm not going to walk your dogs. But she seems to be okay with this.
Yeah, she seems all right because she says, oh, don't worry. Meaning, the dogs are energetic. Don't worry. She says, I'm not a beginner.
All right.
Okay,
cool.
so it sounds like she can handle it. She's telling Frank not to worry. She doesn't seem to be too concerned about the dogs being, really large and energetic because she says, I'm not a beginner. Now, what is a beginner? So a beginner is someone who is new to doing something, or someone who's, it's their first time doing something for the first time, essentially. So Daphne is saying, hey, I'm not a beginner. I don't know if she's a professional, but she's not a beginner, meaning she's handled dogs and she's walked dogs before.
Yeah, maybe her own dogs. Maybe she's done this for other customers like Frank, but she's kind of like, hey, that's no problem. I'm big, I'm strong, I can control the dogs. It won't be a big deal for me. So good for her. All right, let's go over to Tina one more time.
Daphne 请 Frank 放心，这不是他第一次遛狗。我们来看看单字 beginner 名词，表示新手、初学者。This yoga class is perfect for beginners. 这堂瑜伽课很适合新手。Yoga 就是瑜伽。接着我们回到对话当中。
Okay, guys, there we go. I think it sounds like Daphne might take the job, but I hope she asks for some extra money.
I hope so, too.
Because she's kind of being asked to do extra jobs, so she should get paid for all that extra stuff. But hey, that's up to Daphne and her new boss, Frank. And of course, I hope those dogs are very nice to Daphne.
I know, I hope so.
She sounds like a lovely lady and a very hard worker. All right, guys, good times spent with you. We enjoyed it. We hope you did too. We'll be back with more great articles about all sorts of interesting topics soon. Until then, vacuum something. You, not your robot. Get out there. Are you going to do the laundry or should I do the laundry?
I can do the laundry. You can take the bathroom.
Okay, I can do the bathroom. All right.
Deal?
Should we put on some music?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, now we have to fight about what kind of music to listen to.
I'll do, maybe I'll do some pop.
Okay.
And you'll put on, what's your vote?
Heavy metal if I'm doing the bathroom.
Okay.
I need loud, heavy metal.
No deal.
Oh, no, just the bathroom. Just the bathroom.
Okay. All right, should we shake on it?
Okay,
right.
Good deal. All right, guys. Heavy metal all day long. See you soon. Bye. Frank hired Daphne to do his housework.
Here, I made a list of the housework.
They're pretty standard. However, I never had to do someone else's grocery shopping before.
There's always a first time. Also, you'll have to put the groceries away.
I expected as much. What should I know about feeding your dogs?
They're both still growing, so each gets a can of food.
Do I need to walk the dogs as well?
Yes, but be careful. They're very energetic and will pull you down the sidewalk.
Don't worry, I'm not a beginner.
.最后我们来复习一下这课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 hire 动词雇用 standard 形容词常规的标准的 energetic 形容词有活力的 sidewalk 名词人行道 beginner 名词新手初学者。文法的部分我们刚刚学到了 make a list 列清单 Let's make a list of people we want to invite 我们来列一份邀请名单吧。I expected as much 跟我预料的一样。Tony just called, he's running late. Tony 刚刚打来，他会迟到。I expected as much, it's already 6:30 p.m. 如我所料，都已经晚上6点半了。A pulls B down, A 沿着什么拉 B 往前。Tom pulled his son down the path. Tom 沿路拉着他的儿子走。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一课再见喽，拜拜。
Literature is a body of creative, written work. It includes things like poetry, drama, fiction, and nonfiction. Understanding literature is a great way to take a peek into the experiences, emotions, and ideas of others. If you want to visit a place where you can delve into literature, you might want to visit today's location. the Taichung Literature Museum. Taichung has been Taiwan's hub of literary activities since the Japanese colonial period. Many literary organizations and clubs were founded in the city, helping the culture to take root. To showcase the spirit of that era, document Taichung's literary development, and highlight the achievements of local writers, the Cultural Affairs Bureau of Taichung City Government established the Taichung Literature Museum. Officially opened to the public in August 2016, the Taichung Literature Museum comprises 6 buildings originally built as police dormitories in 1932. Now they are mainly used for exhibitions, workshops, and the promotion of Taichung literature. With its rich architectural and historical value, the Taichung Literature Museum has become a popular travel destination. Literature is essential to understanding the stories of other people, and if you visit the Taichung Literature Museum, you might get the chance to gain an even more in-depth understanding of the people and history of Taichung City.